Hello, Virgo. A card fell out. This is the moon. I'll put it right over here. So this is your love and relationship reading for December 2017. Okay, give me a few more seconds and I'll cut the cards. Okay. This is the star in reverse. I have a 9 of cups in reverse. This is an 8 of cups. I have a 2 of wands. I have a Knight of Pentacles. I have karma. I have a 9 of Pentacles. I have a 2 of Swords. Okay, and as always, I will pull that outcome card after the main reading. Let's see what we have. We have 3 major arcana. This is your moon. This is about fears, long-standing fears. This is about your subconscious ringing off fire alarms, alerting you to danger. And just be mindful. She does have some fire here. Okay? And so, yes, when the moon shows up, our old standing fears, we're afraid, there's danger up ahead. We're kind of concerned. How will this turn out? Sometimes the moon can sort of come along if we're afraid of something like a big event or going to court or something that we are very much afraid might go wrong. Okay? And it's a very psychic power as well, because as you can see, the moon does represent our subconscious. It comes out at night, and the things that we suppress, the things that we try to hide, usually come to the surface with the moon. Also take in mind that you have sort of like the theme of the moon here. This 8 of Cups has the moon, a crescent moon. Karma has a moon with an eclipse that's eclipsing the sun. Okay? And then the star doesn't necessarily have a moon present, but we have stars here. But it doesn't mean that, you know, it's reflecting nighttime. And once again, night represents, through this image of darkness, night represents the things, our dreams and our hopes that also come to the surface. So I think the star is reversed as well. So it's almost as if the moon, the fears and anxiety of the moon are kind of suppressing the star a little bit. And then you come to karma, that big event that maybe you're anticipating here with the moon, that you're afraid of. All of a sudden that karma comes along and you get that decision you've been waiting on. You know, a wedding, a marriage proposal. Someone's getting pregnant. Usually karma is a big heads up that because an eclipse, as depicted in this picture, doesn't come very often. It's a once in a lifetime event. And the eclipse also symbolizes greater forces that come along and shape your destiny. And you have no power over that. Okay? And it's about changes and things that happen suddenly that not only change your life, but some of you might be experiencing a little bit of serendipity and miracles and things that are sort of culminating in this big transformation. Okay. And so it brings change. Karma brings change. You know, some of us might be afraid. Maybe it's about moving forward from a toxic relationship. Okay. But by the time you get to karma in your future, there are bigger issues. The universe is going to pull some things, put some things in your life that are going to sort of pull you along to a more positive change and a big transformation in your life, and nothing will ever be the same again. And there is a certain degree of power that you have with karma, because it's also based on the actions and decisions that you've made in your past. Okay? And so sometimes karma comes along and we either benefit from those decisions or we don't. You know, sometimes they can boomerang. So this is about personal responsibility of our destiny, the things that we do in our lives that bring about the changes, the things that we do that come back around and reflect where we are in our lives. Okay, so this is a very spiritual card. And whatever happens with karma, it's usually based on what we've done. It's based on our energies here and what we're putting into the universe and what we're manifesting. So yes, these three cards, your three major arcana cards, seem to be working together under this theme of don't be afraid. It's all for the greater good. Okay, and some of you might be having, like I said, these little alarm bells going off that maybe a relationship is coming to an end, or that there is going to be some big decision that you're afraid might wreck your life or make you unhappy. And I don't think you should see it quite that way. Usually when these changes, it's up to us to decide how we react to these changes, but it all comes back to embracing the change, learning from the mistakes that we've made, and being able to move on. Now, you also have those pentacles here, this Knight of Pentacles, which is about being practical. Knights are about making decisions and moving forward on those decisions. They're about action. And so when you get that Knight of Pentacles here, and usually the Knight of Pentacles, it's associated with Virgo. So you've got your, this is your significator here, Virgo, the Knight of Pentacles. And that's always good when the tarot sort of confirms the message it's giving to a particular sign. So you've got your Knight of Pentacles, which represents Virgo. It's attached, it's attached to the energies of Virgo. And we are talking about once again working with Earth. Earth is very slow. Earth is very, it's not very dramatic. It's just very slow and steady. But it's also about being patient and waiting and pulling back a little bit and not making any hasty decisions. And that's when you get to that lovely Nine of Pentacles, where 9 is that end card, that you come to the end of a cycle, prosperity and happiness and material stability. Some of you might be married or in unstable home. You've been dealing with a lot of instability in your home life. And so the Nine of Pentacles comes along here in your future, and all of a sudden there's joy, there's happiness, you can relax, you can, you feel secure, okay? You're taking control, you're participating in your own prosperity, and making it happen. So I think it's very positive that this follows the karma card. that this karma energy is coming along to bring the happiness and joy you've been waiting for in your life, or these issues that some of you have been struggling in your relationship. And also, the number 2 is significant as well, because you have a 2 of wands here, and the 2 of wands means partial success. It means you might be a little unsure, but you're mapping out your game plan here. Okay, you're getting prepared for it. And then when we get to a 2 of swords, this is a little bit of a disconnect. It could be 2 people who can't agree. It can mean choosing between your head and your heart. And it's all about not, you know, the 2 of swords, the dominant theme with the 2 of swords is just being stuck. When things are disconnected, or when people cannot communicate, things cannot move forward. So it's interesting that these changes in karma with the prosperity, there will still be some residual issues that you have to work out in your love life or with a partner. Okay? You're making these things happen in your life. It feels as if someone else has to get on board. Okay, so when I look at your past here, I'm seeing fears. I'm seeing a little bit of, you know, a little bit of anxiety. The star is reversed. So there's definitely this issue of, there's definitely this emotional downturn. Like you're not sure things are going to work out. You're not sure, you know, the long term is worth investing in. You want to give up. Okay? And it can also mean spiritual blocks. But look at this water energy as well. I feel like this 9 of Cups, once again, this 9 of Cups is the card of contentment. It's usually the wish card. It's about having a celebration and interacting, being open, being emotionally open to people and being happy and spreading that joy around. Okay, so in a way, this is a little bit of a social card. It reflects how well you're getting along with your friends and family. There might be some issues with family, especially during the holidays, maybe some in-laws. Maybe some of you are partnered with someone who has other family issues with exes and things like that. But there's a little bit of an emotional clash or conflict that I'm seeing here with the moon. And some of you might be afraid or anticipating a number of things going wrong during the holidays, especially during New Year's. But I feel like when we get here to the present, this 8 of Cups, remember this is about the card of letting go. We go from a 9 reverse back down to an 8. Some lessons still need to be learned. Then this 2 of wands. This sort of indicates to me that for some of you, this relationship, it's about working towards getting on the same page and being happy together and having a real future together. So that's when your Knight of Pentacles starts to show up, because in a way you're still committed. But I kind of feel like there's someone with this 9 of Cups reversed and 8 of Cups who's still emotionally pulling away here. Okay, because now that crescent moon and the moon, we get that moon here as well. So it feels like this moon energy, this subconscious energy, these fears and anxiety, it all comes to a head in your future, to where whatever is going on between you and a particular person, it's going to be amplified here. But with this 9 of Pentacles, I feel like you Virgos are going to be the ones who are coming out on top. But that doesn't mean that another person might not still be a little stubborn, that there still might be some communication issues with someone. I'm not necessarily seeing it as an inner struggle for you between your head and your heart, but I do feel like there are feelings and things that need to get out in the open here. So karma is going to get you on the right path, but with this 2 of Swords here, I think there's an indication that there's still issues that you need to work out in the relationship. So let's shuffle for that outcome card. Ugh. Okay. And your outcome card is a Five of Wands. Okay. So now whatever's going on with that Two of Swords here, it seems like there's a conflict or disagreement that's amplified by the Five of Wands. And someone really does need to get on the same page. Now, the Five of Wands, it can indicate sort of disagreements. But there are still, you know, it feels like some of you will need to sit down with someone, a partner or someone close to you, and say, let's get it out in the open. What are your issues? Because we need, in order for us to move forward, like with this the energy of this Two of Wands, this Five of Wands is indicating whatever it is, we need to move forward with it. And I think with this outcome card, it means someone could be a little bit more petty and jealous. Someone could be very resentful. Your partner could be resentful. And also just a clash that you, Virgos, you know, this might be an issue of you expressing how you feel. And in this discussion, the person says, well, I don't agree with you. I think you're wrong. But nevertheless, I feel that this is something that needs to happen in order for all the good things that are coming from this Nine of Pentacles, and to get the star situated to where it's more positive instead of negative. But I think you need to work with the energies of karma, these big events that I feel like this karma card for some of you Virgos is bringing a situation that will come to a head. A big change as far as pregnancy, moving, a new job, and you're like, let's sit down and talk about this. How are we going to work our lives around this big issue that's come up? So don't be afraid of this. I don't think this is necessarily negative, but it does mean confrontation, and it means give this situation all of your positive intentions. This disagreement or this obstacle, go into it with the expectation that it will be resolved peacefully. And that can definitely happen, seeing that the holidays, based on the relationships you have with certain people, yes, things do tend to get a little bit more intense, a little bit more disagreements. Usually it can be a tough time for some relationships, but sometimes you need to address those things instead of avoiding them, like with the Two of Swords. Okay, so Virgo, that was your reading. Thank you so much. It's been another year of reading for you. My special for tarot readings, you can get a Grand Romany tarot reading for $30. Usually it's $50, but the Grand Romany, it's a 21 card spread. I have a playlist of your 2018 yearly predictions. That was my Grand Romany reading. And so if you're interested in getting your own extensive reading for the new year, you can get it for $30 for the month of December. So take advantage of that. Give yourself a little Christmas gift. And once again, I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. So I will leave you wishing you love and light, but also a wonderful Happy New Year. I appreciate all of you, especially my regular customers. Always good to hear from you, finding out what's going on with you. Nice to hear that some of you are having wonderful experiences so far, in new journeys, new opportunities, new relationships, new loves, all of that good stuff. So thank you so much, and I will definitely be seeing you next year. So take care, and I'll see you on YouTube.